Lagi mong sinisiguradong patas. Lagi mong inuuna kung anong dapat. Hindi mo kayang malunok ang katotohanang marami pa rin tayong kababayang gutom at walang tahanan. Kaya hindi ka tumigil sa paglaban. Harapin ang kahirapan. Tulungan ang nangangailangan. Basagin ang korupsyon na kanilang nakasanayan. Sa loob at labas, man ng Pinas, bakas na bakas ang iyong tapang puksain ang mga problema ng bansa. Gamit ang lakas, gamit ang isip, gamit ang puso. Kung para sa mamamayang Pilipino, si MP, wala yang sinisino. Manny Pacquiao.
Valoria goes left. Valoria flips it up and in! So Orland Lamar, but Lamar gets the step and the finish.
Hail Mary. June Manzo will fire.
Oh my goodness! June Manzo all the way from Serrano, Bebuelo, Serrano with the basket. Fuentes, no hesitation, gets it to go. No! Obisto, yeah! Jason Obisto with the putback!
Patuloy ang aksyon dito sa 7th season ng Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino. We are live from the Paco Arena in the city of Manila. Jason Brickman, the newest addition of the Abra Weavers, has finally come on para sa kanila. He's going to play his first game of the season. He will be joining forces with Dave Ildefonso, who had 17 points in a dominant victory against the Bulacan Cuyas in their last game. They will be going up against victory-hungry Gensan Warriors, who are looking to bounce back from their last loss in their last game to the Pampanga Giant Lanterns. Good evening sa inyong lahat. This is Javi Palanya, joined by Coach Mike Perez. We have Gianna Llanes at courtside. We're going to be hearing from her later on. Coach Mike, Jason Brickman, highly touted point guard, had his last stop in the T1 League in Taiwan. He's going to be joining this Abra Weaver squad that already has a very loaded backcourt. How is he going to fit into the system right now of Coach Yong Garcia, and what does Gensan need to do to help neutralize this already loaded backcourt of the Abra Weavers?
I tell you what, Javi, this is going to be very exciting times for the Abra Weavers. That Jason Brickman being in there as part of the key point guard rotation of Abra is going to do them good. Now, if you're the Gensan Warriors, what you got to do is you have to continue to play with your strength. I mean, three-point shots, you've been really good at that. Abra Weavers, a little bit of a struggle. And so long as you make threes and you generate those closeouts, you're going to have a good time getting in the paint and crashing the scoring.
Papanood nyo ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League on our Facebook and YouTube channels, as well as on Solar Sports every Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays beginning at 6 o'clock p.m. Pero tingnan muna natin ang nangyari kahapon in our last game day at the Alonte Sports Arena, at the Caloocan Sports Complex in Caloocan City. The Quezon Huskers winning against Marikina in the first game. Pangasinan able to survive a tough one against the Pampanga Giant Lanterns, in Caloocan winning over the Pasay Voyagers on their home floor.
And just impressive. I mean, I'm really impressed with Caloocan and how they're playing. I feel this is going to be a really good season for those teams.
Let's talk about the last game of these two squads playing here today, Abra versus Gensan. Unahin na natin ang Gensan Warriors. They lost a heartbreaker to the Pampanga Giant Lanterns, our defending champions, by only 3 points, 73-76. Archie Concepcion was able to get the big basket in the end game to give the Giant Lanterns that victory, despite the 32 points from the Ant-Man, Mark Cruz.
Yeah, actually, in Gensan Warriors, they led for the most part of the game, leading by as much as 9, but Pampanga really just came back strong. They were up 4 at the half, and you see the field goals pretty okay at 35%. Pero it's the 13 made three-pointers, a lot of them coming from Mark Cruz. But since they're scoring a lot outside, there's very little they scored in the paint.
Mark Cruz had 9 of those 13 three-pointers of the Gensan Warriors in that game, but it seems that Gensan needs a lot more from their other guys to be able to maybe rack up a victory against a very dangerous Abra squad, which had a dominant victory against the Bulacan Cuyas in their last game. Coming off a loss against the Pasay Voyagers in the game previous to this one, they vented their ire on the Cuyas in this game.
And that was all business for Abra. Coming again, sabi mo nga, after matalo sila sa Pasay, Dave and the rest of the Weavers made sure that they started strong, leaving no doubt on who that game winner was going to be. Dave had 17 on a 6 of 9 field goal shooting. Well, the first quarter was 17 and 5. 5 points lang na score ng Bulacan, and then a 36-point output in the third quarter. And Abra really just superb shooting in that game. Plus 36 points in the paint and plus 33 in fast break. Just total domination by the Weavers.
Sino ba ang unang makakaariba dito sa laro na to between the Abra Weavers and the Gensan Warriors, a battle of North and South Division contenders in the second game of our Saturday triple header here at the Paco Arena. Let's go to Miguel Perez.
Live on Solar Sports, this is the 2025 Manny Pacquiao's MPBL Season 7. Let's meet the starters, beginning with the Gensan Warriors. Starting at forward number 7, Kyle Tolentino. Also at forward number 15, Flex Apreku. Coming in at center number 17, Gama Evangelista. Two guard number 20, Aaron Heruta. And at one guard number 9, the Ant-Man, Mark Cruz. Gensan Warriors is led by Elvis Tolentino. Assistant coaches Boying Diloy, Ramon Pido, Peter Deligero, Eric Coronado, Rod Tolentino, Raisal Castro, and Ray Javier. Team manager Merman Flores. Team owner is Michael Pacquiao. Now the starting 5 for the Abra Solid North Weavers. Starting at center number 55, Yusef Taha. Power forward number 9, Raven Gonzalez. Two guard number 7, Jack Cruz Dumont. Also at forward number 1, Dave Ildefonso. And at one guard number 15, Jason Brickman. The head coach for the Abra Solid North Weavers is Yong Garcia. Assistant coaches Denok Miranda, Don Uro, and Edsel Palenya. Team owners Cap Jaja Bernos and Kong Mayor JB Bernos. Reference for the small game.
Our main characters in this game are starting 5, brought to you by 1xBet. Gensan and Abra, the Warriors beginning things with Mark Cruz, Aaron Heruta, Gama Evangelista, Felix Apreco Jr., and Kyle Tolentino. Samantala sa kabilang panig naman, Coach Yong Garcia beginning things with Jason Brickman in his first game of the season for the Weavers, joined by Jack Cruz Dumont, Yusef Taha, Raven Gonzalez, and Dave Ildefonso. A lot of big names here sa starting lineup pa lang ang parehong kupunan. This is for sure to be an exciting matchup between these two squads.
And this is going to be high caliber, fast-paced action if you ask me, because in as much as Gensan Warriors would really love to take threes, Abra, they're going to run you off the ground every time that they get, especially off turnovers.
One of the youngest teams in the league, but definitely one of the most talented, if not the most talented team in the MPBL this season. Dave Ildefonso, 17 points against the Bulacan Cuyas, goes to Raven Gonzalez. They played on opposite sides in college in the UAAP. At that time, connecting Ateneo to La Salle connection there for Abra to begin this game.
Raven Gonzalez, immediately going to work. He had 14 rebounds in their last outing, and to go with 6 points in about 17 minutes of action.
Mark Cruz, he was absolutely scintillating in their last game against Pampanga. His former squad just couldn't finish with a victory for the Gensan Warriors in that game, only losing by 3 points. Dave Ildefonso being guarded here by Aaron Heruta. Talagang pinapahirapan sa ng veteranong gwardya.
And you love that defense of Aaron Heruta. I mean, he went immediately right in front of Dave Ildefonso, did not give him that free lane, and made it tough for him to make a decision.
And Dave still a little in an adjustment period right now, getting to adjust to the calls here in the MPBL. Raven Gonzalez, once again, the beneficiary of another dime galing kay Dave Ildefonso.
The Gensan Warriors look a little bit unsized underneath with Raven and Taha in there underneath. And so Yung nga sinabi mo kay Apreco, medyo mapapalaban sa ilalim dahil bakbakan talaga yan.
It's an illegal screen against Gensan. Felix Aprecu committing that personal foul. Take a look at this drive, attracting 3 white shirts, and then Gonzalez with a good timing on the slot cut. 4-0. Abra up here in the early goings of this match.
Spain action.
Ildefonso, that's a walk.
Boy, they've really been on Dave Ildefonso every time. They understand he's gonna get volume shots, whether from the outside, a lot of it on the post. And alam naman natin, pagdating sa poste, maraming options ang binibigay ni Dave Ildefonso. So you gotta be ready for every one of it.
So far, Dave Ildefonso this season averaging 13.3 points per game para sa Abra Solid North Weavers. Felix Aprecu hands it off to the Ant-Man. Mark Cruz loses it. Jason Brickman forward to Jack Cruz Dumont, and Jack will finish the basket.
And then, like we told you earlier, you have to be very efficient if you're going to play against the Abra Weavers. They treat misses as turnovers, and if they deflect those passes, they're going to run on you.
6-0. Gensan still without the basket. Teruta gives it up to Aprecu, gets the step on Yusuf Taha. Sensational finish there to put his team on the board.
That was not an easy shot.
Not at all. They trapped there. Jack Cruz Dumont forced to give it up, and Raven Gonzalez, he has really done a wonderful job of running that middle of the floor for the Weavers here at the start of this game, Coach Mike.
Yeah, and you love that in the young man to be able to be actively going to the rack. This time right here, really tough layup shot for Felix Apreco. Talaga nga namang mapapalaban ka sa loob.
Here, the turnover, and then the forward pass. Jason Brickman feeding Jack Cruz Dumont for his first 2 points of the game.
That's just a solid look for that streaking Cruz Dumont.
Gonzalez missing on the first free throw.
That's actually his first trip to the line in 2 games. Didn't get there the last time around against Bulacan.
Only had 6 points against the Cuyas, but he did play 17 minutes and 26 seconds. That was at the Nueva Ecija Coliseum in Palayan City. Pumasok na dito si Rene Pacquiao to address some of the height issues for Gensan. Tolentino to the left side they go. Mark Cruz splits the defense. Cruz, runner, that was challenged. There's a push. It's going to go against Abra.
So far, the Abra Weavers are switching those 2-man action on ball screens. They're not going over that. They're not chasing. They're just trusting that it's just going to work.
Baseline throw into Aprecu. Heruta waves off Kyle Tolentino. Heruta has Cruz Dumont on him. Heruta splits the D. Drop pass telegraphed by the defense. Cruz Dumont dives for it, and that's going to be a shot clock violation. Laban sa Gensan.
And assistant coach Boying Deloitte trying to say that it was touched last before it went out, pero naputo ka na ng 24.
So far, the Weavers are showing great effort on both sides, and once again, they set up Raven Gonzalez.
That's the difference right there with Jason in the floor. I mean, just giving a different look offensively, especially to the short rolls of the big.
Anim ang hinahabol dito ng Warriors. Felix Aprecu, the only guy with a basket so far for Gensan. Pacquiao on the handoff. Tolentino, fadeaway jumper. That one's long. Cruz Dumont had it. A tap from Heruta goes out of bounds. The Weavers will inbound from the backcourt. Take a look at this play of the game brought to you by 1xBet. That's a hockey pass coming from Brickman and Yusuf Taha going to his fellow big man, Raven Gonzalez.
It's the pass out of the pass that really rotates that defense. A good play right there by Abra.
Brickman, welcome to the MPBL. Jason, fresh off a stint in the T1 League in Thailand, in Taiwan rather. Went to school at Long Island University in Brooklyn. Joel Liu, unang pasok pa lang sa laro. Attempted right away. That's an air ball Laban kay Joel Liu. Take a look at that here. Brickman nagpakilala agad dito after setting up his teammates the first few plays. Saw that opening and went up for the shot.
That was a good read too on that, sagging off that defense on that elbow area action. You know, he can definitely sink it from there.
Ildefonso tried to go to Taha. That's last touch on Mark Cruz. There's a timeout on the floor here. Oh no, I think they're gonna wave it off kasi ang alam ko, basket timeout ang in-instruct ng Gensan sa ating table officials. Nagkamali lang ng buzzer, so play will continue here.
So it'll be a end line inbound for Gensan. For Abra rather.
Still the same set of starters in the game for the Weavers. Zach Cruz Demont on the reverse. Another great find coming from Jason Brickman.
And just very deliberate in those looks. Good cut by Cruz Dumont. And Jason Brickman had a easy decision to find it. And he makes it.
They've just been beating Gensan by a step here on offense, making those quick cuts to the basket and sharing that basketball. Jason Brickman nagpakilala talaga agad dito para sa kanyang bagong kapunan.
Para sa 100%'ong pag-unlad, para sa 100%'ong pagbabago, para sa 100%'ong paglilingkod, para sa 100%'ong Pinas.
50 tayo! 50 si Emmy! Kahati mo, si Manny!
Nagbabalik po ang Maharlika Pilipinas sa Basketball League. Hindi nga makakalaro si Larry Rodriguez para sa Gensan Warriors ngayon, pero activated naman si Rene Pacquiao at Nico Elorde. Eye-opener daw talaga para sa Gensan yung last game nila against Pampanga. They learned that you really cannot be selfish during the games here in the MPBL, at dahil dito, exaggerating the basics ang naging tema ng kanilang ensayo. For example daw, last game, the team had a press break planned for the crucial moments but were unable to execute it, so they do not want that to happen again. In the words of the Warriors, they learned that discipline will always triumph over talent. Back to you guys.
Maraming salamat, Gianna. Well, so far here, still having a difficult time to start this game. They're down by 10 points right now. The Weavers stamping their class so far here against these Gensan Warriors.
And really, the Weavers have made it difficult for them to execute plays and finding open spaces on the floor. Mas mabilis to their feet itong Weavers compared to Gensan.
Elorde taking some time here. Taha shows hard on him. Elorde goes to Marwin Jonicio. Backhands that three. Brickman chases it down. Brickman drives right after that crossover, and he's hit there by Nico Elorde.
And you could see very quick decision making by Brickman in that instance. He tried to go middle. He saw that there was tough defense. Tried to go straight line drive. Then he got fouled by Nico. And this is going to be a test defensively para kay Nico Elorde. You all know na pagdating sa depensa, isa yan sa mga nahihirapan pag nabantayan ka ni Nico Elorde.
Ildefonso again, the drop-off to Raven Gonzalez. What about this partnership between these two former collegiate stalwarts from rival schools? Of course, Dave coming from the Ateneo Blue Eagles, while ito si Raven Gonzalez played for the LaSalle Green Archers. It's our assist of the game brought to you by 1xBet.
And Pacquiao really made the mistake of being the second guy on the ball, leaving that post to be an open area, to which Raven obliges and just cuts in and gets the pass and made a basket.
Lampas kalahati na tayo dito sa ating unang yugto. Gensan only with 2 points to show for, while Abra already with 15 on the board.
Look at how difficult it is to even set up a half-court offense para dito sa Gensan Warriors. That defense has really been sticking to on ball every time.
Liu trying to break down Ildefonso. Jumper from the baseline. High looper of a shot there. galing kay Tonton Bringas.
And that's the easiest available shot that you're gonna get. On a strong side, that lane drive, that corner pressure release has got to be in there to make that basket.
The Warriors get a steal. They're running.
One more.
Jonicio trailing the play. Three-pointer. Barely grazing iron. Tonton Bringas keeping it alive. Elorde will reset here for the Warriors. He wants a clear out. Nico had that ball tap. Abra could not complete the steal. Oh, it's a foul against Nico Elorde.
Wow. And just when you think that Nico Elorde has positional advantage, considering na malayo yung depensa and it's Raven Gonzalez, a bigger guy, you just see the reach of Raven trying to go and stick that hand in there and deflect that any dribbles being made by Nico.
Parang na-negate yung speed advantage.
Oo, nawala eh. This defense really off. You talk about all these talent. I'm telling you, it's the defense that's gonna be giving this Abra Weavers all the wins that they need.
And so far, they've limited Gensan to 2 out of 9 from the field while being perfect from the field until that shot. That was their first miss of the game. Jack Cruz Dumont gets another possession here for the Weavers. And once again, Raven Gonzalez getting a bucket inside the shaded area. That's now 11 points in the game. 11 of the 17 of Abra belonging to the former LaSalle big man.
And if you're a big man right now, this is just a really good clinic here by Raven Gonzalez. Understand that once you roll, you get inside the paint and you get that ball, immediately try to go for a catch and shoot. That catch and shoot is not there. You got to locate another guy, swing it over to the other side if they're the least guarded guy. Napakaganda ng movement ni Raven Gonzalez now.
Yeah, quick decisions with the basketball as well.
That's what's impressive too.
Gensan right now with new players on the floor. Tolentino gets the handoff from Omar Kosari. They could not hit. Abra with a chance to extend their advantage further here. Jack Cruz Dumont goes to the corner. Joshua David, bagong pasok dito para sa Abra, as well as Mark Uduba. Brickman trying to go to a rolling Uduba. David from the corner. Shot clock was winding down. Gensan forces a stop.
That really is your best bet against the Abra Weavers, in my opinion. Try to make them shoot threes because yung numbers nila doon hindi ganun ka-consistent in all the games that they played. They were pretty good the last game, but for the most part, medyo struggle talaga. A lot of them really more paint points.
Bringas trying to get Raven Gonzalez to jump on that fake, but Gonzalez staying disciplined on defense. Ooh, that is a foul away from play. That's gonna go against Tonton Bringas at ang masama dyan. He's gonna send an Abra Weaver through the line. I think it's gonna be Raven Gonzalez.
And I think that's the second on, is it? I think that's the second.
No, only the first on Tonton Bringas.
The first.
Oh no, it's Josh David who's gonna be our guest at the charity stripe.
And Josh is going to be one of those corner guys that's going to benefit with Jason Brickman in there. He loves to camp at the corners, where to shoot a pressure release three.
5 points per game this season. We'd like to thank LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. David cans the second. Marwin Taiwan in the game for the first time para kay Coach Yong Garcia. He was with him in San Juan for a while. Marwin established himself as that sixth man for the Knights for a long period.
Kita mo yun? You know, they knew that pass to the post was really a setup for that post split action with Mark Cruz coming off that top screen. And they don't want to get screened. And so they stay above the screen, and making it difficult for Mark to even get a look and a catch.
Another crack at it here for Gensan. Shot clock's winding down. Uduba too aggressive on the show.
Yeah. And when you make Mark Cruz go on a multiple triple going right, then you would have already done your job defensively.
This is a 14-point lead they're staring at. Under 2 minutes to play here in the first quarter.
And the thing is, there's only 2 field goals to show.
Tolentino hurried that shot. Bringas couldn't out-jump Raven Gonzalez. Behind the back, Zach Cruz Dumont out to Taiwan. Bobbled the pass a little bit. That's off to the left. Uduba is down on the floor. And I think it's gonna be a foul laban kay Omar Cosari.
7th miss from the outside para dito sa Weavers. If those shots had gone in, at least half of those, it would have been a bigger deficit for Gensan.
Uduba will troop to the line. Abra has gone to the line 5 times in this game.
Uduba saw very little minutes in the last game. He only was there for 3 minutes. Had 1 point out of a free throw that he made.
3 out of 6. Make that 4 out of 7 now para sa Abra. Uduba transferring on over from the Parañaque Patriots. The vital cog of that rotation for Coach Mike Sagigit, the man that they call Iron Man. Oh, there's a foul against Enzo Serrano na kakapasok lang sa ating laro. And that's gonna put Von Tambeling at the free throw line para sa Gensan. Dahil penalty na rin dito ang Abra. 1 minute and 37 ang nalalabi pa dito sa ating first quarter.
4 points. How many times do you expect that they'll only score 4 points? Speaking of Gensan, they're such a good offensive team.
They had 19 against Pampanga in that first quarter sa kanilang huling laro. But it's been more than a struggle, I should say, for the Warriors here in the opening frame of this one against Abra, and Cosari trying to bother Yusuf Taha, but he gets called for the offensive foul.
Oh boy. Well, so far, at least for the few possessions, are not gone the way of the Weavers.
Ang Abra napatalon dun because I thought they were already anticipating a defensive foul.
Right.
There's a guy on the floor at Enzo Serrano at merong tatawagan dito. It's an illegal screen against Von Tambeling.
Well, in the last, 15 seconds, there have been 3 fouls called. Only after Enzo Serrano came in, and the fouls have been almost in succession,
Our referee's really calling it tight here, making sure to control the game. Ping Masaglang, pumasok na dito para sa Gensan Warriors. 16 is the lead for Abra. Both teams in the penalty. Enzo Serrano. Onto the middle, Josh David gets the screen from Taha. Enzo gets it back. Serrano trying to go back to Josh. Masaglang forward to Mark Cruz. Taiwan
Good
anticipating that drive, stealing it away. Marwin leading the break. Serrano will wait. Under a minute to play in the first. Serrano couldn't lose Tolentino, but still manages to get a shot off. First basket of the game para kay Enzo Serrano.
One of the savvy shot selections of Enzo. Push shot. Oh.
Illegal pick once again being called here against Gensan. This time, Amar Cosari. That's going to be number 2 laban sa kanya.
And 2 quick ones too.
Check out that floater on the baseline. Deep right there. Itong si Enzo Serrano. There was a movement on that right side by Cosari. Hinabol niya eh.
He was the one who went to the path of Taiwan, and so rightfully so, he gets that offensive foul.
Taiwan will go for the 3. Taiwan connects from the outside. 25-4 here in the opening quarter. The Weavers putting on a clinic. And they get another steal. Tumatakbo dito si Marvin Taiwan. Taiwan trying to finish on the right side. Left-hand scoop. Oh, good. Kyle Tolentino from downtown. That one's short. 9 seconds left. Heruta to bring us. Tonton. Baseline jumper. That's short. Uduba clears it. Serrano, does he know the clock? Serrano heaves It's way off. And that's gonna do it. What a showcase on both sides of the floor in this game for the Abra Weavers.
And when we talked about defense being a key facet of the game that's gonna really define the Weavers, the last game, as you see, Raven Gonzalez been really good here in this first quarter. In their previous game against Bulacan, they allowed only 5 points to Bulacan Kuyas. Now, it's only 4 for the Gensan Warriors.
That's crazy. Following up another spectacular defensive performance with this kind of effort. And it's 25-4 once again as we end the first quarter. Meron pa tayong second, third, and fourth quarters. Let's see if Gensan can catch up.
Para sa 100%'ong pag-unlad, para sa 100%'ong pagbabago, para sa 100%'ong paglilingkod, para sa 100%'ong Pinas.
50 tayo! 50 si MD! Kahati mo, si Manny!
Coach John Garcia and the Abra Solid North Weavers will be playing Rizal on April 7, Basilan on April 11, and 2 weeks after that, the Cebu Classic.
That's a good run. Ganda mga laro yan.
At maganda rin ang naging run nila ng first quarter, scoring 25 points, limiting Gensan to just 4 points. There you see the first quarter field goal story, Coach. 10 out of 14 for the Weavers. Gensan, 2 out of 15.
Agree. And, you know, so much of those shots have really come from Raven Gonzalez. 5 of those makes have really come from him. And so, you got to check on those short rolls by the big men of the Abra Weavers. At the same time, you have to execute with a lot of patience offensively because talagang nakadiin nga naman itong depensa ng Weavers.
If you just tuned in, no Larry Rodriguez for Gensan in this game. Naka-civilian clothes lang din si Val Acuña sa laro na to. So this is the lineup that they are going with. And so far, it's really been a lot of hardship para dito sa Gensan Warriors. Eruta is down, holding on to his chin. Looks like our referees will be reviewing this last play.
And as we review this plays, Larry Rodriguez, without him, floor spacing, nagkukulang ka.
Natamaan doon ang balikat. Pero mukhang inadvertent eh, Coach.
Inadvertent.
Let's see what the referees will decide with here. Taiwan, currently with 3 points so far. Has been a solid backup point guard to Orlando Mar. The San Juan Knights squad past few years, making a transfer to Abra this season, marking a new chapter in his career. If you're talking about new chapters, Jason Brickman writing a new one today in his professional basketball career, making his debut here in the MPBL. Had stints in Moscow, Germany, with the Westport's Malaysia Dragons in the ABL, the Mono Vampire in the EBL, High-Tech Bangkok, and the San Miguel Ala Pilipinas, and of course, just recently, the Kaohsiung Aquas and the Strong Group Athletics squad in the 34th Dubai Invitational Basketball Championship.
It just shows you the credential that he brings to the Weavers, who's already loaded with a lot of talent.
Ayun na nga eh. Kung basahin ko yung buong resume niya, Coach, baka umabot tayo sa dulo ng second quarter.
Pero ibang klase naman talaga.
Brickman gets into the lane, loses it. Ball is loose, picked up by Joey Liu. Heruta to Jonicio, short on the finger roll. It looks like it's going to be a goaltend. Uduba na abutan niya yung backboard dun as he tried to challenge that shot by Marvin Jonicio. So lucky break for Gensan on that occasion.
Well, kung ako si assistant coach sa Boying Diloy, gusto ko yan. Yung kahit na ganito ang sitwasyon natin, aggressive pa rin tayo uma-attack regardless of the defense. That definitely was an interference on that shot. And you like that if you're assistant coach Boying Diloy.
They're trying to pour on the pressure here. Something that Gensan has been known for the past couple of years. There's a foul to the disbelief of the entire Gensan Warriors bench, as well as the man called for the foul, Joel Liu.
And the Gensan Warriors, we've played for almost 11 minutes. It's almost been a foul for every minute. That's a total of 12 already that's been given para dito sa Gensan Warriors.
Coach Raisal Castro, Coach Boying Diloy will use their coach's challenge here for this last foul call. 25-6. Hindi pa rin masyadong nagbabago ang ihip ng hangin dito. Abra still controlling this game. We'll take a short break.
Upon review, the challenge was unsuccessful. Call on the first stage.
It's an unsuccessful challenge for the Gensan Warriors, which means the foul will stay against Joel Liu. This was the plain question. There you see the hit on Enzo Serrano as he tried to make his way into their front court. Yun ang natawagan na foul laban kay Joel Liu.
Yeah, it was a chase for that half court, that space crossed the half court line.
Brickman picks up his dribble. Preku gets in the way of that pass. Jonisha now pushing it for the Warriors. Mabilis na kababa ang Abra. Rene Pacquiao goes to the basket. Left it short. Second time. That's good. Finally, Rene Pacquiao getting on the board.
Staying aggressive despite this deficit. That's very important for the Gensan Warriors. One thing you cannot do is fall to being a relaxed team.
Serrano out to the corner. Ildefonso will not rush it. Batino gets it back to Dave. Ildefonso, who are rolling and sealing Alfred Batino. And that's picked off by the Warriors.
The on-ball defense has just been really aggressive for both teams.
Heruta driving inside and scoring, plus the foul. Aaron Heruta. That just might be the basket that would wake up itong Gensan Warriors in this game.
And so far, this is the best quarter that they played. Scoring, 6 points already, and Heruta understanding that he already beat out Brickman. Just went glass on that float.
Now, he is absolutely unfazed by Jason Brickman. I'm sure he's aware of who Jason Brickman is. But maybe, for Aaron, dito, nasa loob tayo ng court. Pare-pareho lang naman tayo naglalaro dito. I'm not scared of you.
Yep.
Oh, Ildefonso with an incredible twirl there. The spin and the finish. Galing kay Dave Ildefonso.
How about that land on the ball and the pickup on the baseline side? What a move by Dave.
Swabing swabe. Smooth as silk on that pirouette. Itong si Dave Ildefonso. Here is Joel Liu driving left. That's a strong side, pero mintis pa rin yan. Abra forward to Enzo Serrano. No numbers for the Weavers here. Enzo will pull it back.
Good defense by the Warriors.
Serrano gets a step on Liu, lobs it to Gonzalez. That's a rare miss inside for Raven. Liu will go out. The kick out to Jonisho. No shot available. Heruta gets into the middle. Another floater on the way. This time it's no good. Aprek will try to tap it to himself. But Raven Gonzalez just longer and taller.
Tsaka masipag.
Yes, sir. This is an absolutely great move of the game that's brought to you by Suzuki. Strong, balanced, and absolutely stunning right there was Dave Ildefonso.
He definitely knew where that defense was going and tried to make him bite in that middle lane drive. And once he did, spun the other way.
It's a 17-point lead para dito sa Abra sa laro na to. Gensan, although they had more points here in the second quarter, still struggling. Raven Gonzalez continuing to have a field day here, Coach Mike.
And I love the way that he moves on his feet. He's just been very active on those short rolls.
They go underneath Rene Pacquiao. Somehow challenged there by Raven Gonzalez, and Dave Ildefonso throwing it down with the slam, raise the roof, Dave Ildefonso.
Now, if I'm the Gensan Warriors, I gotta be put on notice because the last game that they played, aside from limiting just 5 points, they now have 20 points inside the paint. They went for 29 in the second quarter against Bulacan Cuyas.
And we still have so much time remaining here in the first half. Gensan just couldn't seem to do anything right.
And I tell you, yun nga mga mintes, they treat that as an error and a turnover. And so this is exactly what they do. They run you off the ground.
They run you off the ground, they beat you in transition, and they make highlight plays just like this. Our play of the game brought to you by 1xBet.
I'm sure Dave was already salivating as he was approaching that part of the rim.
Serrano makes the drive to the baseline, leaves it for Batino. Jumper rattles it home.
And if the threes will continue to be a struggle, and the outside shooting will continue to be a struggle for the Warriors, you know, it's going to be tough. This is where you miss Larry Rodriguez. He stretches the floor. Put him up on top, he can knock down a three. Give him a short roll on the perimeter, he can knock down those perimeter shots.
And then Serrano gets knocked down to the floor. Coach Raisel Castro and his staff continuing to search for answers dito sa laro na to. Balik dito si Nico Elorde para sa Gensan. Kyle Tolentino as well. Echo Serrano, so was a pass. Batino, di sila nagkaintindihan doon ni Raven Gonzalez, but lucky for Abra, it was last touch on Gonzalez. So it will stay with the Weavers. 18 on their shot clock. Coach Yong Garcia will take this opportunity to burn a timeout.
Para sa 100%'ong pag-unlad, para sa 100%'ong pagbabago, para sa 100%'ong paglilingkod, para sa 100%'ong Pinas.
50 tayo! 50 si MD! Hati mo, si Manny!
Jose Mororeta and security head Rudy Distrito in attendance here at the Paco Arena. Dave Ildefonso, great game in that matchup against the Bulacan Cuyas. Coach Mike, 17 points on 6 out of 9 shooting, perfect from the free throw line, including a few steals and a few rebounds. Let's go courtside to Miss Gianna Lianes, who has a report on Dave Ildefonso.
Kahit daw medyo malungkot ang koponan ni Coach Yong Garcia na hindi natuloy ang home game nila ngayon, pinangako niya sa fans ng Abra Weavers na makakalaro rin sila doon very soon. And regardless of venue naman daw, whatever it takes, ang mantra pa rin ng Abra. Habang hindi pa rin makakalaro si Paul Desiderio ngayon dahil sa meniscus injury, malaking bagay daw itong si Dave Ildefonso para kay Coach Yong in terms of leadership dahil very professional at disciplined siya. And this daw really sets an example for the rest of the team. Back to you guys.
Maraming salamat, G. Well, you know, Dave has already had some experience playing abroad in the KBL, so he's no stranger to professional basketball. As we take a look at the 2-point field goal story so far, 13 out of 15 for the Weavers. Gensan struggling mightily, 5 out of 14 inside the arc. And that adds to their woes. Another miss. That's an air ball galing kay Kyle Tolentino.
And like what we said, you know, we were alluding to already the 3-point makes of Mark Cruz in their last game against Pampanga. That thing's got to continue. Now, in the absence of that, it's going to be very easy for the Abra Weavers to just pack that line inside the shaded area and prevent them from going inside the paint.
Gonzalez once again was open on the cut, but that time left that short. Elorde
There you
goes
go.
to the right side, corner pocket shot. Janisha could not finish. Tolentino blocked from behind. Maenzo Serrano.
Grabe ang activity itong Abra Weavers. You saw that long closeout on that shot by Marvin Tugusa. I felt that should have already gone in because of his percentages, but this putback though, Serrano chasing for that block.
They are absolutely locked in here. Talking about the Weavers, pero nakatakas si Marvin Janisha doon sa depensa, making it 33-12.
Right. And that loss to Pasay, I mean, they went to pocket tournaments and what have you. I was told that was their very first loss as a team. And so that really was a wake-up call for them. And so pagkatapos nun, a series of practices, addressing all the things that they need to improve on. And Coach Yong, he's not gonna leave anything unturned. He's gonna immediately address this early in the season.
Let's take a look at this last play by Gensan. Janicio able to break away momentarily from the defense to get that open look.
Yeah. And they're gonna need more of those, short distance shots, less defended.
But they give it away here. Ildefonso challenged the defense of Marvin Janicio and they clashed mid-air. Ildefonso winning that battle. Pipituhan dito si Marvin Janicio.
Yeah, there's a very rare combination of size, speed, and strength. And you get that with Dave. Nakita mo yung pagpasok niya sa loob. The defense that he left behind him, and once he crashed into it, still was able to absorb the contact. Matter of fact, it was even the defender that went down.
I mean, he has basketball royalty written all over his DNA. Itong si Dave Ildefonso. This free throw brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. Ildefonso with 6 points in the game. 35-12 is the count. Gonzalez takes it in the middle. They go to Elorde. Evangelista wants it against Patino. Elorde trying to find someone to pass to.
Travel.
Evangelista will be called for that walk.
If you're gonna if you're gonna look at that set right there for Gensan Warriors, they never got screened. Itong Abra Weavers. Everybody was attached to their man and they never got screened. How do you beat that?
It's just amazing, Coach, how they're playing through every single detail on both sides.
Oh, wow.
A shot from the outside. A right wing three-pointer. Galing kay Dave Ildefonso.
So far, he's done it all. I mean, if that's going to be an additional weapon for Dave, it's tough.
Von Tambiling finally awakening here with that three-point shot.
Cleanest look, huh? That was the cleanest look so far, right?
Exactly. That's the most open any Gensan Warriors, I think, has been in this game. Brickman had that ball poked away. Elorde gambled with that dive to no avail. Ildefonso gives it up. Jack Cruz Dumont sets and fires.
This is just too much.
Wow, 41-15. An absolute clinic so far by the Abra Weavers. Elorde in no man's land. A bit ambitious there, trying to go for a shot against three taller players. Brickman to Jack.
One more.
Cruz Dumont makes the find.
Oh,
Dave
man.
Ildefonso once again lacing it up.
Wow. After going 2 out of 6, they're 3 out of 3 in their last attempts.
11 points in the game for the former NU Bulldog and Ateneo Blue Eagle.
And the Gensan Warriors are really at a loss right now where those points are going to come from. Every opportunity just keeps getting shut.
This three-point shot brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. Back-to-back hits para kay Dave Ildefonso.
Alam mo, nagpapahirap doon sa pag nakaka 3 points si Dave Ildefonso. You long close out on him, on free. That means wide open for him to go inside. And he's got really good vision, whether to attack or pass it off to another guy.
Such a complete player. Ito si Dave Ildefonso. He can play multiple positions because of that height and that athletic ability. Cruz Dumont almost had another three there para sa Abra.
That one was halfway in.
Under 2 minutes to play in the first half. Mark Cruz hasn't had any impact yet sa laro na to para sa Gensan after scoring 32 points against his former team Pampanga in their last game. That was a loss para sa kanila. Janicio long on the three.
That guy, Marvin Janicio, has been a shooting slump. I mean, a far cry from how he was the last season.
29-point lead. Zach Cruz Dumont and the Weavers looking to extend. Ildefonso, heat check. Same spot, different result that time. Galing kay Dave Ildefonso.
And that time, Dave really hurried that shot. Didn't hold that follow through.
Mukhang minadali ng konti, no?
Oo, minadali.
Still, a spectacular game by Dave and his squad. Ildefonso, just by himself already with 12 points, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists. Heruta goes to the corner. They set up Mark Cruz. Back with Aaron Heruta. Trying to get past Josh David there. Could not score on the scoop shot. Brickman. Quick pass to David. They will set it up. Brickman through the Taha screen.
What a pass.
Skips the pass. Zach Cruz Dumont overshoots the mark.
I thought that was a good look.
Ang bilis mo ba ng depensa dito ng Abra and Gensan. Usually a team that is really quick to go into transition. That's one of the pillars of their game.
That's right.
Cruz looking, giving it up. Bringas, that's another tough look. Off the glass. Not really a good angle. Bagsak doon si Aaron Heruta. Offensive foul against Josh David.
Oh, they got a break right there. They got numbers the other side.
I'm sorry, that foul was against Jack Cruz Dumont, not on Josh David. Push here on Aaron Heruta as he tried to run wide on that right side.
Right. You just couldn't see it on the left side of your screen, but it's actually Utuba and Taha who was running alongside them on that fast break run.
Apparently, Coach John Garcia will be challenging that last call. They're currently holding down itong Gensan Warriors. The lead is 29 para sa kanila. We'll take a short break.
Upon review, the challenge was unsuccessful. Call on the floor stays. Offensive foul on number 7.
It's an unsuccessful challenge para kay Coach John Garcia and the Abra Weavers. Tingnan ulit natin yun. I see JCD running over Aaron Heruta. And so Gensan will throw it in from the sideline. This is the lowest score in a half so far that we've seen this season. 15 points galing dito sa Gensan Warriors. Before that, it was the 11 points and the 19 of Davao.
You're right.
Heruta down on the floor again. At foul bully ang maitatawag laban sa Gensan. Penalty na dito ang Warriors.
And the Abra Weavers are not cutting down anything defensively. In the previous game, after limiting just 5 points para dito sa Bulacan Kuya, they went a little bit slack on the second quarter. They allowed 20 more points for the Bulacan Kuyas. But now, understanding the kind of talented team that the Gensan Warriors are, there's just no let-up. And that, to me, shows a lot of respect for the kind of team that the Gensan Warriors are from the perspective of the Abra Weavers.
Cruz Dumont knocks down both free throws. This is now a 31-point lead, Coach Mike.
Oh, yeah. And that's a huge climb back. And that third quarter run is going to be crucial.
Mark Cruz will try to get the final shot here for the Warriors. Cruz, top of the circle, 3, wala pa rin. And Cruz is 0 out of 4 in this game. After shooting 9 threes, he had 32 points against his former squad, the defending champions, the Pampanga Giant Lanterns. David Defonso and the rest of the Abra Weavers making sure that Jason Brickman would have an easy debut here. And he scores 12 points all in that second quarter after getting various assists to Raven Gonzalez in that first period.
Yeah, and it's a tale of two different guys actually, Raven and Dave.
46-15. What a showcase here for the Abra Weavers defensively, only limiting Gensan just 15 points.
Lagi mong sinisiguradong patas. Lagi mong inuuna kung anong dapat. Hindi mo kayang malunok ang katotohanang marami pa rin tayong kababayang gutom at walang tahanan. Kaya hindi ka tumigil sa paglaban. Harapin ang kahirapan. Tulungan ang nangangailangan. Basagin ang korupsyon na kanilang nakasanayan. Sa loob at labas, man ng Pinas, bakas na bakas ang iyong tapang puksain ang mga problema ng bansa. Gamit ang lakas, gamit ang isip, gamit ang puso. Kung para sa mamamayang Pilipino, si MP, wala yang sinisino. Manny Pacquiao.
Manny Pacquiao, 50 tayo. Para sa 100% pag-unlad, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100% pagbabago, 15 si Manny. Para sa 100% paglilingkod, 15 si Manny Pacquiao. Para sa 100% Pinas, 50 ka.
50 tayo! 50 si MP! Kahati mo, si Manny!
Para sa 100% pag-unlad 15 si Manny. Para sa 100% pagbabago 15 si Manny. Para sa 100% paglilingkod 15 si Manny. Kanipaya. Para sa 100% Pinas
50 tayo, 50 si MB. Hati mo, si Manny.
We're at the half here between the Abra Solid North Weavers and the Gensan Warriors. The score is 46-15. Yes, mga kaliga, di po kayo nagmamalik mata. That is 46-15. Abra limiting Gensan to the lowest score in a half this season.
I guess what's surprising is that it's the Gensan Warriors that's only scored 11 points in the second quarter and just 4 in the first quarter. You normally wouldn't hear that. Then you see the reflection on the field goal percentage, 20% versus that of 60 for the Abra Weavers. Not hitting anything from the free throws. 8 more free throws make para dito sa Abra Weavers, and forcing turnovers and getting points out of it. That's been the story so far. And a lot of the points have really come inside para dito sa Abra Weavers.
For Gensan, leading the way is Marvin Junicio, Bon Tambiling with 3, Apreku and Rene Pacquiao combining for 4 points. Samantala, sa kabilang panig naman, dalawang players na in double figures, Raven Gonzalez and David Defonso. Raven really had a field day starting in the first quarter because of those great passes by David Defonso, and then the KBL veteran taking over in the second quarter, scoring-wise para dito sa Abra. All of those 12 points coming in that period, and he starts once again by making a play para sa kanyang teammate. That's Yusuf Taha.
Well, yung Gensan Warriors really started out with an aggressive stance defensively, but just a good look right there on that roll. 3 guys on the ball, that can't happen. At the most, you gotta have 2 guys on the ball. Pero talagang napakaganda lang ng movement nitong Abra Weavers. And when you assess Jason Brickman, he's still adjusting to all these physicality.
They force a steal here. Mark Cruz forward to Marvin Junicio. That's going to be an easy score, perhaps the easiest bucket of the night para sa Gensan.
That's only their second fast break point so far in this game, and the cleanest in open floor.
That's another turnover for the Weavers.
Good start here by the Gensan Warriors.
Cruz calls out the play. The screen set by Junicio. Mark swings a pass. Rene Pacquiao will put the ball on the deck. Pacquiao, masikip.
There you go.
Linabas, ball movement to the right side. Tolentino could not finish the play with a bucket, and there's a foul. Who's it gonna go against? Oh, it's gonna go against Rene Pacquiao.
Oh, yeah. But kung babalikan mo yung sequence na yon, you like it. That the ball is actually moving with a lot of ping, as Coach Tex Winter would call those kind of pass.
Brickman falls down on the floor. That's a turnover para sa Abra.
And Brickman can't believe it. And that's part of, I guess, the way that the game is played here in the MPBL that he's going to have to adjust to.
Tolentino being guarded here by Jason. Mark Cruz.
Good shot.
3-pointer, wala pa rin. Mark Cruz really struggling here in this game. 0 out of 5 from the field, including 0 out of 4 from 3-point country. Tolentino kicks it out. Junicio, back to Kyle. Tolentino, can he get one here? Wala, airball pa rin. Brickman has Leo to beat. Brickman couldn't get the finger roll. Not a lot of height on that shot, but Raven Gonzalez is there. Gensan dito naman sa kabila. Joel Liu drops it off. Tolentino draws the foul on Yusuf Taha.
Now, I like the start by the Gensan Warriors. More positive movements, a lot of good body language. Sure, you're gonna miss shots, but you gotta live with that and move on to the next play.
Pero malayo-layo ang kailangan nilang kayurin dito.
Pero may importante kasi dyan, maganda yung simula nila dito sa third.
This third quarter will be very crucial para sa kanila. We'd like to thank LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. Kyle Tolentino. 1 out of 2. And the Warriors are 1 out of 5 from the charity stripe in this game.
And that's a struggle. That is clearly a struggle. And with Mark Cruz still not knocking down those shots. I mean, in their last game, they were highly dependent on Mark Cruz. 32 points of the total 73 have come from the guy. The only other guy who scored in double digits was Tonton Bringas with 13. So you gotta find some other way to score if you're the Gensan Warriors.
Na malaking bagay talaga nawawala si Larry Rodriguez, pati si Balacuña para sa laro na to. Taha reads the floor, decides to go inside. That's a turnover forced again by Gensan. They forced 3 here at the start of the third. But the Warriors still struggling to connect on baskets.
Switch.
Cruz to the corner. That's a 3-point shot. Wala, galing kay Rene Pacquiao.
And if you're the Abra Weavers, you're fine with that shot. I mean, you go take it anytime you want to from there because you have to qualify who are really good shooters from there.
Another turnover here, Coach.
Yes.
For Abra.
Right.
You can't help but wonder if they played this kind of way during the first half, this would have been a different story.
That's right.
But of course, for the Warriors, you can't dwell on what happened in that first half. All you have to do right now is just take it one possession at a time. Try to cut down and claw your way back up from this deep hole that you're in. And maybe, just maybe, you might have a chance at the end of the game.
Yeah, give yourself a fighting chance to try and come back. Finally, you get a basket here. Again, the lesser the dribbles, more man movement, the better the passes are, the better the chances of them scoring.
Mark Cruz finally getting his first basket. That could be the start of a great rally here for the Gensan Warriors. Another steal. That's 5 straight turnovers for the Weavers. Joel Liu, right-hand finish is good.
This is more like Gensan Warriors basketball right now. Fast break, fast-paced, ahead game.
48-22. Jack Cruz Dumont sneaks a pass into Batino. Nope. Gonzalez is really towering over the front line of the Gensan Warriors, almost getting another opportunity. David Defonso struggling with the calls here in this game. It's really going to be an adjustment period para sa kanila. But take a look at this assist of the game brought to you by 1xBet. A rare finish on the fast break for the Warriors. And here they are trying to get another conversion. Liu, the spin and the finish.
So much better. Even the shot selections. You know, sure, the other shots did not go in, but, you know, those are clearer shots compared to the quality of shots that they were taking in the first half.
Jack Cruz Dumont has no shot there. Jason Brickman back to JCD. Dumont finally knocks it down. That's a 3-pointer for the former UE Red Warrior.
And that really is just understanding principles. I mean, you drive down the middle, you see the help coming in, you gotta locate your corner guys.
Ayan ang masakit pag ganito kalaki yung hinahabol mo tapos nakascore bigla yung kalaban. No? Let's hope that it doesn't make Gensan lose hope here. They're trying here.
Yeah.
Bringas kicks it out. Tolentino loses it. Ildefonso, look out below. Dave Ildefonso settles for a layup.
Parang sabi niya masyado mabilis. Let me slow down.
53-24, so the answer, a 5-0 run after that timeout by Abra.
Pero at the rate that he was running, akala mo talagang natapusin ng dunk ulit.
This 3-point shot brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. Jack Cruz Dumont already in double figures in this game, Coach. 12 points to equal the total of David Defonso.
And that happened because Joel Liu was put in a lot of pressure on whether to cover the rolling Batino or the corner guy.
Cruz able to get some space. Kosari fakes that defense and nakabingwit siya ng foul doon. Galing kay Marquis.
And it's been a shooting struggle for Mark Cruz. But you know he's not gonna stop shooting. That definitely is something that's not an option if you're Mark Cruz.
Siguro, Coach, sa susunod nilang laro, di na yan kakamay sa atin.
Tinanong pa natin, mainit pa ba yung kamay
Ayun
mo?
na nga eh.
Mainit pa raw eh, di ba?
I can't help but wonder eh. Baka tayo yung malas.
Maybe. Minsan may ganun eh, no?
Ayoko na isipin. Kosari missing at the free throw line. So not just from the field, but even at the free throw line, talagang hirap dito ang
Yeah.
Gensan Warriors.
Yeah.
It's not falling for them.
Yeah. 4% three-point shooting, 20% free throw shooting.
Serrano decks Liu, but Joel Liu able to clear possession here for the Warriors. Liu goes inside, short on the looper. That's off the foot of Kosari.
Joel Liu asking for a foul. He felt he got hit on the arm, or the hand rather. He's gonna get a warning here.
4 minutes and 34 ang natitira dito sa ating third quarter. Coach Rizal Castro, Coach Boying Diloy at the helm so far of Gensan in this game. Continuing to egg their team on.
Yeah.
Fraction.
It's a technical foul against Joel Liu.
Okay.
Nabigyan na yata siya ng warning kanina.
Okay.
So Markey will be shooting the technical free throw here.
And aside from Marvin Dionisius shooting really going sour here, for the most part this season, he's got to come out of that slump. One other guy I feel that they miss really is Jervy Cruz.
Yes.
Ang daming beses na he bailed them out in situations like this. Especially when you have him on top of the key, you know, where he makes decisions.
Well, of course, Jervy Cruz has moved on from the Gensan Warriors. He is now with the Basilan Viva Port Masters. Cruz comes out. Balik sa laro si Nico Elorde. 54 to 25. Josh David now at the controls for the Weavers. Marky. Ang dami niyang fans dito sa Paco. They're egging him on. Yi, one-on-one.
Oh, wow.
Makes the pass. Patino is stripped. At may foul na itatawag laban sa Gensan.
You see the veteran patience of Marquis. He just kept digging and digging until that secondary defender came in and gave it up to Batino.
Alfred Ryan Batino, one of the few holdovers from last year's team. And there you see Boss Joe Ramos, Boss Emer Oreta, and Sir Rudy Distrito sa ating VIP road dito sa Paco Arena in Manila City, the venue of our Saturday triple header here at the Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. It's day 19 already. Imagine, 19 days na pala.
Grabe, ang
Nakalipas.
bilis. We're approaching the 60 games played already.
Cruz inside, wala pa rin. And that's just been the story here for the Warriors tonight.
Yeah, you know, if you go back a few seconds prior to that whistle, you saw Marquis immediately jump right in front of the Gensan goal attempt. And talagang just staying disciplined defensively are the Weavers.
Bringas sa pass to Elorde. Janicio hands it off to Mark Cruz. Cruz back to Marwin. Janicio pulls up, jumper, wala pa rin. And that's a foul on the loose ball laban kay Alfred Batino.
And it's important that Ron Bringas continues to play. I mean, maaring undersized sa ibang aspeto, pero kailangan talagang labanan yung mga bigs nitong Abra Weaver sa loob.
Eh, wala sila choice dito.
Oo.
2 out of 7 from the free throw line. Make that 3 out of 8. While Abra is shooting 11 out of 14 from that distance.
He was 5 of 9 from the field in their last game. Did not have a free throw trip. So he still got 10 points.
Under 4 minutes to play dito sa ating third quarter. Serrano brings it up here para sa Abra. Yazi, Taiwan, David, and Batino on the floor with him. Taiwan
Yeah.
Gets the pass, but a foul called against Alfred Batino.
Yeah.
Back-to-back fouls laban sa kanya. This time it's on an offensive variety. Illegal screen against Abra. And Batino will come out in favor of Mark Oduba.
He clearly went to the path of the screener. So,
Bringas to Tolentino, back to Tonton. Bringas has that range. Masyado malakas. Marky with the rebound. Taiwan waiting for backup. Uduba on top. They go left side. Josh David. Marky wants it against Bringas. David, hindi may pasa. Finally gets it to Yi.
He's gonna take it.
For 3. I thought he was gonna pull a Steph Curry there
Oo
after
nga.
the release. Tumingin agad sa bench.
pati ako napakapit sa'yo. Kala ko papasok.
Well, the woes continue here for Gensan. Uduba will go to the free throw line dahil penalty na dito ang Gensan.
Baba ng scoring so far, 10 and 12. And so far, the Warriors outscoring itong Abra Weavers.
Dave Ildefonso, Jason Brickman, Yusuf Taha. 3 of their starters resting on the bench. That free throw brought to you by Extreme Appliances. Ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. Still a long way to go in this game, but a long road to try and cover here. Para dito sa Gensan Warriors, the misses continue to pile up. They have a lot of attempts in this game, Coach. Plus 14 in that department. Pero yung conversion rate, ang baba.
Yes, agree. Kumbaga nandun yung attempts no? But, wala yung conversion. There are what, plus 13 on attempts, see? But the thing is, their shots didn't come easy. Lalo na dun sa first quarter, di ba? Where you got a lot of shots, but you only had, what, 4 points in the first quarter.
Uduba back at the free throw line. First one is no good. And John Uduba in their last game did not see action. Activated once again. No, he did play 3 minutes. Ito si John Uduba, but was scoreless against the Bulacan Cuyas.
Yes. One other player from the Weavers I don't think we've seen so far is CJ Austria.
Pass inside to Gonzalez. Galing kay Bringas, natapik palabas. It's the disciplined defense and the consistent effort of Abra on both sides of the floor that has really propelled them here, Coach.
Yeah, I agree. That's a push on Mark.
It's been an extended third quarter here between these two squads.
Yeah.
Because of the many free throws. Kaya lang pati sa free throw line, hindi makapuntos dito ang Gensan.
Exactly. That was a clear disparity earlier, pagdating sa free throw attempts.
They're missing everything here. CJ Gonzalez, who has not yet scored this season, missing on the first free throw. 4 out of 10 are the Warriors from the free throw line. 0 out of 2. Wow. This is just an absolute disaster para sa Gensan sa laro na to.
And the reason that we say disaster because they're really good in these situations, right?
Exactly. Coach Elvis's squads, usually teams that are very high-octane, high-energy teams, but the Weavers have just been able to suck out the fight out of them sa laro na to. As Gonzalez scores there inside. A rare layup para sa Gensan. David on the right side. Serrano wants it against Tolentino. Encho, the one-hander, he loves that shot, but that one's short. Jonicio gets the rebound. Cruz,
Skip.
Gonzalez to Bringas, who was cutting through the middle. Good challenge by Marquis.
That time around, talagang nagmadali naman yon sa pagtira. I don't think he was properly squared yet for that shot.
Yi on the left side. Gonzalez right there with him. Serrano on the baseline again, this time on the opposite side. David tried to go quickly to Utuba. Ball is loose. Taiwan picks it up. David, top of the circle, 3. No. Off to the left. It will stay with the Weavers.
That was a good cut though by Joshua on that post side, running a weak side 45 cut.
He pops out. David onto Enzo Serrano. Joel Liu on him. Serrano spins to the right. Short on the banker. Utuba outworking Tonton Bringas.
And there will be games later on, especially in the playoffs, if they make it, that those offensive rebounds by John Utuba is gonna matter for the Weavers.
Joel Liu gets it to Mark Cruz. Jonisho doesn't go for the three-point shot. Picks up his dribble. Cruz, guarded by Taiwan, uses the Gonzalez screen. Cruz, back to Marwin. Jonisho will take it. No make. Marky, another rebound. That's 4 in the game. 6 seconds left. Taiwan. For 3. Marwin Taiwan. That's off to the right. And that's going to do it. 3 quarters in the books. And still a dominant showing by the Abra Weavers in this game against the Gensan Warriors.
And this is still a 30-point spread in favor of the Weavers. It was a good start by the Gensan Warriors. A lot of good passes, quick baskets. But, you know, matters that they make those shots.
Let's check out the highlights of the game brought to you by Sip Plus, the official hydration partner of the MPBL. Elevate your hydration. So John Utuba working hard on the offensive glass here in the third quarter. Utuba with 5 points, 6 rebounds to his name so far, contributing to the cause of this very dominant Abra squad here in this game. 30 ang lamang.
Para sa 100% pag-unlad, para sa 100% pagbabago, para sa 100% paglilingkod, para sa 100% Pinas.
50 tayo! 50 si MP! Kahati mo, si Manny!
Check out our fan of the game brought to you by LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. Live na live ang Liga ng Bawat Pilipino dito sa Paco Arena in Manila City for your Saturday triple header dito sa Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang Liga ng Bawat Pilipino. Magandang gabi mga kaliga. This is Javi Palanya, joined by Coach Mike Perez. Ms. Gianno Llanes is at courtside, and currently we're seeing a masterclass by the Abra Weavers in this game against a contender in the South, in the Gensan Warriors.
And it's even despite the better showing in the third quarter, the Gensan Warriors still can't break that 15-point mark in a quarter.
Pumasok na dito mula sa bench para sa Abra. Itong si Will Lee. Gensan forces a stop there. Teruta, Masaglang, Jonisho, Posari, and Liu, the 5 on the floor for Coach Boying Diloy. Jonisho couldn't fake out Redel Fabro na pumasok rin sa laro for the first time. He had 20 points against Bulacan, by the way. Jonisho from downtown, still nothing mula sa labas. Galing kay Marvin Jonisho, 0 out of 7.
And how many times would you have that percentage for Marvin Jonisho? Very rare.
Teruta with a rare steal and unbothered on the layup there. 59-33.
Mahaba-haba itong lalakbayin nila with 1 full quarter. And they cannot afford to be inefficient, especially in the early going.
And Lee will turn it over, stepped on that sideline. Coach Yong Garcia will take an early timeout here. His team still very well on top, 59-33.
sa 100% pag-unlad, para sa 100% pagbabago, para sa 100% paglilingkod, para sa 100% Pinas.
50 tayo, 50 si MD. Hati mo, si Manny.
Check out our fan of the game brought to you by Suzuki. Ang may bahay ni Mr. Nico Elorde
Oh, yeah.
is Rich Del Carmen with their lovely children here in the Paco Arena for supporting the Gensan Warriors. The Warriors have really been slump up. Ang may tatawag ko dito.
Is there even a lower word than... Is it 24% shooting? You talk about the Gensan Warriors. To me, that's unheard of in their games, diba?
And coming off a timeout, you have an opportunity to score. Mapuputukan pa kayo ng 24-second shot clock.
That's tough.
Another timeout here on the floor.
Para sa 100% pag-unlad, para sa 100% pagbabago, para sa 100% paglilingkod, para sa 100% Pinas.
50 tayo, 50 si MD. Hati mo, si Manny.
Welcome back to the MPBL. Camaraderie daw ang pinaka-tinatrabaho ngayon ng Gensan ayon sa kanilang coaching staff. During the offseason, the Warriors did join another league, but it was a completely different lineup, including the likes of Enzo Hoson and Jammer Hamito. The team did start practicing for the MPBL in January, pero all of the practices daw leading up to the season were like a tryout, as nothing was final sa lineup until days before the season started. Kaya ngayon, ini-encourage ng coaching staff ang Warriors not to give up on the game and just focus on building that teamwork. From this point forward daw, wag nilang isipin ang mga ginagawa ng Abra and instead rely on their team's goals. Back to you, Javi and Coach Mike.
Maraming salamat, G. Well, that's a positive outlook coming from the coaching staff. And itong mga experience na ganito, these will only make you stronger.
That's
Like,
right.
cliche as it may sound, but minsan ito talaga yung mga kailangan mong pagdaanan eh. If you're trying to build that quote-unquote camaraderie na minention nga ni G. Especially because this is a newer roster, a new makeup of this team from what we've seen last year.
And yung usapan na bagong mga players, chemistry, it does not just apply to the Gensan Warriors. Almost a lot of the teams, if not everyone, have actually changed their roster, save for a few who kept a huge part of their core players from last season. So, yung gelling, playing together, yung togetherness, yung chemistry, talagang magpe-play ng yan. Kaya magandang, you pick up lessons everywhere that you can so that ang maganda naman dito, early in the season pa lang ito.
Ayun na nga, Coach. That's why, even if we're playing a long season, that actually is an advantage
Alright, agree.
that our teams have. Because in other leagues, ang ikli lang nung time mo para mag-gel within the tournament, within the actual schedule of the league. Ito, you're playing a 29-game season. You're playing until December. So, the first few games, talagang maiintindihan mo that your team is still trying to develop the chemistry. Even if you played a lot of pocket tournaments, tune-up games, have had a lot of practices, iba pa rin talaga yung time on the floor during games, official games.
Yep.
Joel Liu scoring there para sa Gensan. He's one of the new recruits for the Warriors this season. He's bounced around the league. Has had stints with Bacolod, Bacoor, Caloocan last year. And now making a new chapter in his career with the Gensan Warriors, and he hopes that this would be a fruitful one as Marky will not stop working here para sa Abra Weavers. He doesn't care what the score is. He's gonna continue to give his all. That's a miss from the outside, but see Marky outworking Ping Masaglang, Felix Sapreku.
Flumix pa.
Yes, sir. One of the best ever in the league. Marky, the living legend of the MPBL, I must say. Balti is definitely our GOAT, but
Yeah.
Marky is our living legend.
Oo naman.
Might be the closest that we have to, of course, the legendary Robert Jaworski. Liu, one of the brighter spots here in the second half para dito sa Gensan. He's really trying here.
And you know, Joel Liu is never gonna run out of any compete in him. You saw that in Bacoor, wherever he plays. Caloocan.
I heavily vouch for that.
Yeah.
I've seen it before. I continue to see it now. There is no let up in this man. Relentlessness is part of his DNA.
And that's why teams get mo. You know?
Yes.
Yung walang suko ito palag sa lahat ng pagkakataon eh.
Walang suko pero ang problema lang walang shooting.
Huwag lang susuko, Joel. Laban lang.
Kala mo ako may shooting eh. There's a floater inside. That won't go. Elorde picks it up. Pero kita mo, coach, halos walang pinagbabago yung effort na pinapakita ng Abra.
Yeah.
They have a miss on the other side. Gensan, a team we know is very fast-paced, likes to push the ball, wants to get easy baskets in transition. Yung Abra, ang bilis makababa sa depensa. All five guys almost down in their front court.
Yeah. And you're seeing this with the guys coming off the bench.
Yeah, and these are the guys at the end of the bench.
Right.
This is a assist of the game brought to you by 1xBet. That's Joel Liu scoring again. Liu now top scoring for Gensan. He has 12 in this game. Redel Fabro, as I mentioned, the top scorer for Abra against Bulacan. Has not been able to get the same amount here. In fact, I think still scoreless in this game. Yes, Redel Fabro. Late na siya pumasok dito. Josh David picks up a foul there. Of course, later on, we still have the Manila Batang Quiapo. They will defend their home floor here at the Paco Arena for the first time this season against the Cebu Classic. Nico Elorde missing from the free throw line. 4 out of 13 from the charity stripe. It's gonna be a long shooting day in the next practice session para dito sa Gensan for sure. And if you're the Warriors, you know, you can't help but ask, bakit ngayon pa? Bakit ngayon pa nangyari tong kamalasan natin from the field? But gotta give a lot of credit to the Abra defense. Talagang in-influence nila yung mga karamihan ng mga tira ng Gensan in that first quarter to really miss. They forced them into a lot of hard shots. Kaya naman nung nakakuha na sila ng mga open looks, that wasn't an open look, but Josh David certainly made sure that he powered through.
Yeah, and Josh David, he's been wanting that. He's only had 1 point so far. He was 0 out of 4 previous to this one. So he was up to that challenge, getting through the body of Marvin Dionisio and finishing through contact. Pero to your point, ano rin yun talaga eh. Yung sa isang banda, maaaring tingnan rin nila yan na buti na lang ngayon nangyari. Early in the season, di ba? Pero ang hirap talaga eh. I mean, they tried everything in that first quarter. It's just that those short rolls by Raven Gonzalez really set the tone for that really good start by Abra in the first quarter.
And the rest of the Weavers have continued on that style of play towards this point of the match. Marky, who came on late sa laro na to, 5 points, 7 rebounds, still continuing to show what he's made of. And that's a great example coming from your veteran.
That is right.
Of course, Marky, the captain of this squad this season. I'm pretty sure the younger guys are learning a lot from the tutelage and the leadership of one Marky.
And to my observation, that really is the reason why you bring in a marquee mid-season from Parañaque last season. Napakalaking bagay pagdating sa leadership, especially on the locker room, ano? And to set the tone and to bring that level of maturity and understanding on what's expected, especially of the young guys from the Weavers.
Because if you talk about a consummate professional, Marky is definitely at the top of your list.
Yes, I certainly agree.
Oh, Will Lee.
Wow.
Crossover into the lane. Floater got hit on the shot. Will Lee will be taking free throws.
And Will Lee just keeps getting better. From last season, you saw the support on this homegrown. Fans of Abra really been cheering him on. And this year, I think he's on a higher level on how he started from last season.
Yeah, he's been getting a lot more minutes this year, that's for sure. There were many games that he was suited up, but did not really see a lot of floor time.
Right.
Oh, look at Marky.
man.
Kalawit rebound there. He's doing it against younger guys. Amar
My
Kasari is
God.
much younger than him.
Yeah. Wow.
That's how 8 rebounds in the game for the living legend. Uduba left that one short. Apreku clears it para sa Gensan. Forward they go. Joel Liu. Hard drive to the basket, challenging the defense. Itong ni Jorel Gonzalez.
And hindi mo matatawaran yung ganong klase ng atake para dito kay Joel Liu. He's just, wanting to win and wanting to score.
And that's always been his style of play. He's gonna attack you. He's gonna play hard. He's gonna body you up. A very physical player, not afraid to bang bodies.
Ibang klase rin to si Joel Liu.
Ibang klase yan. 14 points. Wow. 3 assists in the game. Binago niya na naman yung stroke niya.
Oo.
I can't tell how many times he's changed that stroke.
Parang every season ba? Or every phase? Parang may release from regular season, from
Hindi ko alam
playoff.
Hindi ko na ma-keep track Ganun pa rin naman. Joke lang.
Kaya si Joel, alapitan ka niyan.
For sure.
Kakausapin ka na naman niya.
I just love watching my former teammates play here in the pros and having the success that they have. Will Lee scoring there para sa Abra. Heruta right now setting up the table for Gensan. And Liu will look to drive once again. Doris shot. Has it back. Liu pinapahirapan doon ni Will Lee. Gotta give it to the youngster. He's putting up a fight. Check out this play of the game brought to you by 1xBet. Taiwan, what a pass inside under duress in traffic. Giving it up to Will Lee.
Love the timing on that cut by Will Lee.
Taiwan out. Gonzalez
Looks good.
Three-pointer. Wala. Bringas gets that board. 7 rebounds in the game for Tonton Bringas. Eruta to Masaglang. No shot available. Liu won't go for the 3. Side step. Finish with a left. 2 points para kay Joel Liu.
Joel Liu, how many points does he have now?
17 already.
All right. Lethal scores for Gensan.
I wonder what his career high is.
That'd be interesting to find out.
And here he is. Again for another bucket, but decides to finish with the right. His weak hand. They wanted a foul. Bumagsak siya doon. Coach Boying Diloy is livid on that Gensan sideline.
Yeah, can't believe that there was no call on that right-hand layup by Joel Liu.
The Warriors will burn a timeout here. 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go. There you see the staff of Gensan really still mad about that non-call. We'll take a short break.
Para sa 100%'ong pag-unlad, para sa 100%'ong pagbabago, para sa 100%'ong paglilingkod, para sa 100% Pinas.
50 tayo! 50 si MD! Kahati mo, si Manny!
Ang ating poging boss nandito sa venue.
Ay, oo naman. And that's Riley.
Mr. Sadel Tupas, yes. And his lovely daughter Riley. Of course, Miss Gianna Llanes, our courtside reporter. Nasa likod niya.
Parang kanina mag-EFD.
Oo nga eh. But thank you, boss, for gracing us with your presence
Right.
here at the venue. It's an honor, an extreme pleasure to have you here. Kahit di ka nagtatrabaho.
Yes.
Liu almost throws it away. Masaglang goes inside, draws the foul from Lee and gets the basket. That's gonna count para kay Ping Masaglang.
Also, that's one other guy that's been a pleasant surprise in the previous seasons, no? Si Ping Masaglang.
Well, it was a pleasant surprise. No, not a pleasant surprise. It was a surprise that he wasn't part of the lineup of Gensan last year. Today, Ping Masaglang scoring his first bucket on that shot this season, making a return to this Warriors franchise. Lee being pressured heavily here. They try to go to the other side. Gonzalez to Taiwan.
Good rotate.
Marwin still has it. 9 on the shot clock. Taiwan, left-handed floater. Swabbing swabe para kay Marwin Taiwan. Joel Liu. This is just a 19-point lead, coach. And the highest lead of Abra in this game was 33.
Right.
Although, of course, mukhang makakapos na sa oras dito ang Gensan. But still, you applaud them for trying to claw their way back into this one.
Right. Tsaka yung kita mo yung depensa, rumorotate pa rin. That's why I said kanina that was a good rotate defensively by the Gensan Warriors. I mean, just playing until the final buzzer, irregardless the score. And you gotta tip your hats off to these Gensan Warriors.
Exactly 60 seconds to play in this game. Abangan mamaya ang laban ng Manila Batang Quiapo at ng Cebu Classic. They force a turnover here. The Warriors, Elorde hangs. That one's short.
I can't wait for that next game too.
24 turnovers, coach, by the way, for Abra. Sa laro na to,
Madami-dami pa rin yan, ha?
a lot of them
Yeah.
coming in the second half.
That's right. Well, maybe because of the lead that they've had. But, just credit to the Gensan Warriors then. Those turnovers were not unforced. They were forced by the defense of the Gensan Warriors.
Elorde making that feed to Ping Masaglang, and Masaglang got hit on the head. Therefore, 2 shots will be awarded to the former All-Star. Masaglang has been one of the older players, I must say. Older, I mean, siya na ang isa sa mga pinakamatagal na players na naglaro para dito sa Gensan franchise.
One of the longest tenured na naging player dito. Si Gensan Warriors actually forced 14 more turnovers to Abra Weavers. Here in this quarter, Abra had 10 at the half. They were able to force 14 and get roughly about 12 points out of it. Pero,
talagang nagulpit-igulat na talaga sila ng first quarter, Coach Lalo. I mean, imagine just scoring 4 points.
Yeah, that was a tough climb after that 4-point.
And I think that struggle from the field, influenced already their mental flow when they were getting shots off, kahit na libre, parang pumapasok na talaga sa utak nila eh.
Yeah.
Hindi sila makascore eh.
Yeah.
Tuloy-tuloy eh.
There wasn't that calmness to the Gensan
Na kahit
Warriors.
libre na, Coach, no?
Yeah, alam mo yung nag-hesitate ka pa, yung usual shots that you make, medyo alangan eh.
they were trying to second guess themselves many times, especially when they were trying to make comeback attempt at the start of the third quarter.
Eh, grabe na rin naman kasi efficiency ng Abra Weavers to start. I mean, Raven Gonzalez was what? 6 out of 6 in the first quarter alone. He scored almost half of the output of the Abra Weavers in that start.
And a dominant showing again in the second straight game para dito sa kupunan ng Abra. Solid North Weavers. David Defonso, Raven Gonzalez, Jason Brickman having his first game of the season. Only 2 points, but we already saw the potential on how he can be a pivotal piece, especially at that point guard spot para dito sa Abra. Our best player of the game brought to you by 1xBet. It's David Defonso.
Yeah. Well, Raven did start real good. It was the consistency of David Defonso, especially in that mid and the second quarter where he started going out in the open and leading the charge for the Abra Weavers.
David Defonso scoring 14 points in this game, following up that 17-point performance against the Cuyas. He's at courtside with Ms. Gianna Llanes.
Yes, congratulations to our best player of the game, Dave Ildefonso of the Abra Solid North Weavers. Binanggit nga ng ating panel na one of the biggest advantages of your team this game was that you were able to outrun the Gensan Warriors. Kaya kamusta naman ang conditioning sa ensayo nyo at paano ito nakatulong ngayon?
Siguro the whole practice, syempre, we just focus on ourselves, and try to get better. Kasi, in the end naman, in the game, kami lang talaga yung kalaban namin. So, good thing we were able to play well and we played our game.
And Dave, even though your team was leading by double digits first quarter pa lang, we saw you guys hustle until the last few seconds of the game. How happy are you to be in a team here in the MPBL that is as hardworking as the Abra Weavers?
Syempre, I'm super happy kasi, we got our 4th win and the final game of March, we won it. So, pero gusto ko lang sabihin na I think best player si Raven Gonzalez nung big man namin. So, siya yung nagpa-big lead eh. So, yan.
I love that, sharing the recognition as well. This also is not the first time you are the best player of the game here in the MPBL. So I'm sure your family is very proud of you. And of course, all of the fans of Abra, pasalamatan mo naman sila.
Okay, gusto ko lang pasalamatan yung mga fans ng Abra. And gusto ko lang batiin yung nano babae, nano lalaki, nanonood ngayon doon. Tsaka yung girlfriend ko, si Lina, at tsaka yung mom ko. Yan. And thank you, Boss JB, sa pagpili sa akin sa Abra. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That was our best player of the game, Dave Ildefonso of the Abra Solid North Weavers. Our best player of the game is brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Back to you, Abby and Coach Mike.
Maraming salamat, G. Congratulations to David Defonso and the rest of the Abra Weavers for winning back-to-back games. Up next, we have the Cebu Classic going up against the Manila Batang Quiapo. Two teams sporting similar win-loss records. Marami pang aksyon ang natitira dito sa Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino.